Chapter 13, Restoration Ecology. Restoration ecology is a field that attempts to repair some of the environmental damage that we've done to an ecosystem. This takes place in 5 simple steps. First, physical stressors are removed from the ecosystem as well as invasive species. This then allows for the replanting of native species into the area. This can be done through captive breeding programs and reestablishing fauna in the ecosystem. Finally, we monitor these changes we made to the ecosystem to make sure that physical stressors or invasive species do not re-enter and that the native species are retaking well to the environment. Restoration glossary. There are many terms we use for restoration ecology. The term restoration means a return to the original or to reverse the damage that has been done. Sometimes this isn't possible, so we have to choose other methods. Some of these methods include rehabilitation, which rebuilds a new functioning ecosystem that may not be the original ecosystem. Intervention reduces the unfavored organisms or the invasive species and promotes the favored organisms. Reallocation creates a new community on the original site. This community may be completely different from the community that used to be there. Remediation uses chemical and physical methods to repair an ecosystem. Recreation is building an entirely new ecosystem, possibly on the original site or on a different site. And finally, mitigation is replacing the destroyed ecosystem with one of equal value. You can see a detailed table of these definitions in your textbook. The main solution to assist redevelopment of ecosystems is to stop human impact damage. We can do this by protecting the native species in multiple ways: stopping pollution, removing invasive species, and rebuilding or replacing the natural materials that are needed for the native species and their habitat. Restoring forests. The human benefit to restoring forests is the increase of air quality by planting new trees. How do we restore forest ecosystems? We can do this by tree planting, but as well we can do this by sustained periodic fires. This helps remove any unnecessary underbrush so that plants can grow properly with less competition. Restoring prairies. The prairies are an area that we've abused due to overcrop growth. We can restore the prairies through several different methods. Like restoring forests, sustained periodic fires benefits the prairies as well to destroy unnecessary underbrush. Also, there's a program called bison restoration. This is the return of crop fields to buffalo commons, areas that buffaloes will roam naturally. We could also use this with an unfenced cattle grazing area. The ecosystem benefits because the bison or the cattle provide natural grazing and fertilization to the ecosystem. Restoring wetlands and streams. Wetland mitigation is replacing a destroyed wetland area with a new ecosystem. Sometimes it's impossible to rebuild the wetland, so we have to replace it with a small pond. Historically, wetlands have been drained and built over because they were thought of to carry disease and insects. What people didn't realize was that wetlands are a natural filter to our coastal areas. Stream restoration takes part by stopping pollution and repopulating the fish in the stream. An example of a waterway restoration is the Chesapeake Bay restoration. The methods used in the Chesapeake Bay were to stop overfishing, remove sewage, help stop and rebuild from shore erosion, and to remove pollution such as heavy metals, toxic chemicals, agricultural runoff, and oil spills. As you can see, there are many different ways that we can restore an ecosystem. They are detailed in Chapter 13 for more information on each specific ecosystem and how to restore it.